Hello!
Good evening, and welcome to the second annual Talkabout Awards and our first live stream podcast episode.
Yep, so
I am Ellis.
I am Gwillem. So, if you're watching
There we
this
go.
live...
First technical hitch out the way. It's done.
Yeah, if you're watching this live, you can see our faces, and if you're just listening to the pod, as usual, then you're missing our faces, but we still love you. You might have to bear with us a little bit. There may be a few technical issues. It could be a little bit scuffed, but we think you can see us now, and we think you can chat with us on the chat function on YouTube, which is that side or that side. So
one of the sides.
Chat if you want to chat and say hi. Hi back.
Tonight we will be talking through 14 awards in film, TV, and music.
And facial hair. Now this year saw a return to cinemas after the dreaded C word.
What did you call me?
You heard. And cinema came back with a bang. We had big blockbusters like Spider-Man, Dune, James Bond. All of those hit our big screens.
But the small screen was also booming as ever, with more independent projects like The Green Knight, Promising Young Woman, and one of our personal favourites, Black Bear.
We've had a bunch of musicals, a bunch of superhero films, and a ton of animations.
Horror, too, has been thriving with Candyman, Last Night in Soho, and Quiet Place 2. Even, it's your least favourite genre.
Yeah, I don't like it.
But, saying that, A Quiet Place 2 was on your top 20 of the year.
Yeah, it was. Mainly because of Cillian Murphy's beard, but...
Yeah, I've got tough competition in that category later on. That
category is all up in the air. We've had loads of different types of animations. We've had Raya and the Last Dragon. We've had Luca, both of those Disney. We've had anime with Demon Slayer Mugen Train. We've had Sony hitting us with Mitchell's vs. Machines, which we absolutely loved. Plus, we've had anime TV. Both Arcane and Invincible were absolutely incredible.
Yeah, and Marvel brought out their first batch of original series with WandaVision, The Falcon and Winter Soldier, Loki, and Hawkeye, leaving Netflix and Prime competing with shows like Squid Game, The Witcher, and The Wheel of Time.
And Apple TV graced us with the finest mustache ever to be seen in Ted Lasso Season 2.
Yeah, loads of new albums this year as well.
Yeah, quite a few. We've had Billie Eilish, ABBA, Wolf Alice, Royal Blood, Churches, Tyler the Creator, Olivia Rodrigo, Adele, loads.
Absolutely loads, but none of them are even nominated tonight.
And that is just a testament to how good it's been for music this year.
And in media in general. Between us, we've seen over 100 films this year, recommended TV to one another, and listened to music till our ears bled.
Which my doctor spoke to me about, and he said maybe I should go see someone.
Yeah, you probably should, mate. That's probably something that needs.
Yeah. Now,
we, just here to give credit to as many projects of 2021 as possible. We have a whole host of past Talkabout guests joining us tonight as well to read out the nominations.
Yeah, and the special thing about our awards, which makes us slightly better than the others, is all of our winners were decided on by you, the listener. We had a Google form, all of it was voted. I didn't even know the winners, as per usual.
Willem's got no idea.
It's going to be spontaneous for me, so I'm going to try and keep it chill. But all of it was voted by you, the people.
But the thing is, when we do this whole thing where you don't know the results and I do, we do that with the list em ups. And that never goes well because you get angry.
Well, let's not say angry.
Tonight,
I get passionate.
Okay, yeah, passionate.
It's gonna be like in one of those like Paranormal Activity when the camera just goes like shaky and then goes blank. Yep. It's gonna be like that. Yeah.
It's gonna be a mess, but it's fine.
It's fine.
So what award should we start with? These smaller awards. We've both picked a winner for these smaller awards. That are just fun little things. We're going to talk about it briefly before we get on to the main nominations. So, Trailer of the Year. Let's start with Trailer of the Year.
Let's do Trailer of the Year. Ellis, what's been yours?
I went with The Matrix Resurrections.
Did you?
Which is a film that is like the only big film of 2021 I've not seen. So it's ironic that I picked the trailer. But it's just when I was in the cinema and hearing that White Rabbit music, and just the whole thing is so big and amazing, and it got me really excited. Ghostbusters was up there as well, and Eternals, but I've gone with The Matrix Resurrections.
That is a good one.
What about you?
I've gone for the second Dune one. You know, when it's
yeah.
got the music like Shadi, and it's
Sorry?
like you heard, and it's got, you know, Guernsey looking on as all the ships getting bombarded and everything, and we get the shot of Paul with the sandworm. Yeah, that trailer. Whenever I saw it in the cinema, because you know we went to cinemas at some points 4 or 5 times a week. Sometimes you don't want to watch another trailer, you know. No. But whenever that one was on, my phone was down and I was watching that.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when the cinemas reopened in March, going to see seeing the Jackass trailer all the time, like all the time. And now, because it was pushed back a year, now we're going to cinema and it's
gonna come back. The return.
Yeah. Okay, well, there's the trailers of the year. Favourite pod episode? What's been your favourite to either record or listen back to that we've recorded?
I'm going to do a cute one. And my favourite was Ellis's Endless Entertainment.
Oh, yeah.
Just because I found it quite interesting, and it was a concept we hadn't done before. And I very much enjoyed doing that.
Yeah, it was a really fun concept. And I wouldn't expect you to pick it, because it was like, it was, you know, my episode.
It also meant that I didn't have to do any work. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just turned up and had a few questions. Yeah.
Yeah. We're live. Technical things might go wrong, but we just need to check if people are actually in and watching and live, because I'm not sure we are. I'm not sure there's.
I think we are. I think we've got 9 people viewing. Is what?
Okay.
A certain website is telling me, not sponsored.
Okay. Well, I've had a few. Hold on. Let me just. Had a few people saying that they can't get into the link. The link's not working. Look, these are the technical things we said might go wrong. So it's gonna happen. Bear with us. We're doing our best.
I'll bear with you. By the way,
I've just had another message saying we are live. So clearly it's working for some people.
Yeah.
But I can't tell the people who it's not working for to do anything else because you can't hear us. So, you know, sorry.
We're getting told people are here in the chat. Ellis, what was your favourite podcast episode? That's what I want to know. Yeah. You keep me on the edge of my seat. I bought all of it, but I only need the edge.
Sorry. Episode 25 is my number one, because it was just a really big episode. It was the first one we said, let's make it a big one because it's 25. It's like quarter of a century, you know. We thought, let's make it a good one. So it was our 90s episode talking about 90s films with Gareth. Gareth was on that episode, and that was great. Those episodes are always some of my highlight episodes when we talk through a decade and Gwilym gets angry. But also in that episode, we had our interview with John Hay, the director of To Olivia. And to be honest, like, we just had so much fun recording that interview. He was just such a genuinely nice person.
Yeah.
So that is my favourite.
No, that's a good one. It's a very good one.
Yeah.
Let's do our favourite movie twist of the year without spoiling anything. Ellis, what was your favourite movie twist of the year?
I really like what happened in Candyman. Wouldn't say that was necessarily like one individual twist, though. It was more just what they did with that movie was so unexpected that it felt like a twist. So I'd go with Candyman. My second, my actual pick for the twist of the year is The Harder They Fall. What happens at the end of The Harder They Fall?
Oh yeah.
That moment. I love that film more than Gwilym did, but that moment was absolutely brilliant. So that would be my top choice.
Yeah. No, that is a good choice. That was a good twist. Mine is it's actually a TV show. So I realised I said movie, but I'm also going to do TV. And it was in Invincible when you... Oi, stop it. When you you found out about Omni-Man's true intentions and what his real motivations were. Like, that was a good one. That was a tasty one.
Yeah, that was a tasty one.
Yeah.
So, what else have we got? We've got favourite soundtracks.
Another round.
Have you got a favourite soundtrack, Will? Another round.
About 5 of the songs from Another Round were like in my top 10 on Spotify.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Huge.
Okay.
Arcane's a close second, but of course Arcane would be.
Well, this is why I'm surprised. I thought you were going to go with Arcane.
No, Arcane is a close second, but I decided let's do a movie one.
Yeah. Well, I couldn't really pick this one. There was a lot that's sticking out. Things like West Side was really good, but I wanted to pick a soundtrack more than a musical score. So I went with Nobody. I remember at the time saying that film felt quite overcrowded with music, and there was almost too much of a soundtrack. But actually, listening to the soundtrack on his own and then seeing bits from the film, I just think that was so good. From Don't Let Me Be Misunderstood, that moment, to like the bus scene and just everything about Nobody, the soundtrack was really, really, really strong. So that is my pick.
That's a good pick. And the final small ones is, what is your standout shot?
Yeah, this was tough. There's two. No, there's three that stick out.
You know, every single one we've had, you've picked like two or something. I've come in and I've been like, I want this one and this one and this one. You just...
Yeah. Sorry.
Taking liberties.
But I'd go like Dune is really strong. The sandworm shot, where you've got Paul standing in front of the sandworm, is great. I am saying three. Nomadland, with Frances McDormand walking from the right side of the screen to the left with a lamp in her hand. It's just, I don't know what it is about it, but it's just stunning. Like, that's mainly down to camera work than anything else. But my actual pick is going to be Spider-Man No Way Home. And there is a side shot of Tom Holland's face in the rain. And it's just amazing. It's just incredibly acted, incredibly shot, and tonally is so different to a lot of the film. So that's mine. What about you?
Mine is actually Paul in Dune, but not the one where he's standing face on with the sandworm, but the one when he's above it in the thopter. Because that's the first bit where you're like, okay, these worms are big deal. Like, these worms have something to say, and it's like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, sure.
It was big.
Nice. Right. So,
right.
I've worked out a new link that seems to be working. So what I'm going to do is take a moment to just put that on stories. I guess yours, I think, is working. I think it's the Instagram link that's playing up.
I think it's due to, the personnel who were putting out those links.
Yeah, that might be it, mate.
I might... 2022, year of a new Talkabout host.
What? Gee, this is not how I thought this was going to go.
Yeah.
Here I am trying to do the tech issues this side. I thought we'd have them your end, but no.
Because I'm prepared, mate.
And now you're saying you want to get a new...
I'm not saying I want to. It's more of a need right now, isn't it?
Right, well, look. I'm literally posting it. If you know anyone, people who are in, I know there are people watching. If anyone's watching and you know that people are struggling to get in, we've now put something new on our Insta stories. Click that link. Try that.
That one
should work. Hopefully.
Click it with your mouse.
Click it.
Or your phone. Finger.
Yes. With your phone finger. Is that what? Is that?
Or just get a big foam finger and just press it with that. No, I said phone finger to start with.
You did say phone. Right.
Yeah,
okay.
But then I decided it would be funnier to do a foam finger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so the link is on the story, so you can hit that and watch that way. The link will also soon, hopefully, the correct one will be in the bio. I don't know whether you want to check yours, mate, and see if the Twitter one's working, but I think it is.
I think it is, though. I'll check it. Anyway, how's your day been? How was your New Year's?
Yeah, it's been good, mate. It was a good New Year's.
Yeah.
I was sad you weren't there.
Yeah, well,
to be fair.
we
were missing a Gwillem.
You were missing a Gwillem. We were brought down by a certain C word in the house, but I'm all good now.
Stop calling me that. Stop it.
Well, stop.
We're live, man. We're live.
Yeah, right, this would be a part we'd cut out, but we can't cut it out now.
Yeah. We can't. It's in.
It's in.
That's that.
Twitter's all working. We're all working. Let's do the awards.
We're all good. Let's go. Right. First off, before the awards.
Okay.
We're never going to get to the awards. We're never going to get there. No. So, in the 2020 awards for Talkabout, we made some predictions. We said the thing we were most excited for, so I thought it would be fun to bring it up and see how we actually felt about those after seeing them. So, my prediction was Dune. I was most excited for Dune. I thought that was going to be the best thing. And I'll say it now, it was my favourite film of 2021.
Wow.
So, I couldn't have been more right.
Yeah.
Gwilym, however, his prediction was that Eternals was going to be the best of the year. So, how do you feel about that, mate?
It's a 5-star film.
It's not a terrible film. It's just not.
It's just
top tier.
Yeah, it's not. No, I was mistaken. I was blinded by thinking, perhaps Chloe Zhao and Marvel were a match made in heaven, and they could still be if we see more stuff. And perhaps it could have been better in a Disney Plus TV show, but it was definitely not my favourite thing of this year.
That's an interesting question. Like, is a match made in heaven, does that need to be like instant? Like straight away a match made in heaven happens? Or, is it more that over time a match like Chloe Zhao and Eternal, surely it needs to happen straight away?
Maybe they're the Harry Met Sally. Maybe they don't match at the first time, and then they go again, and then, yeah.
What a film.
What film? Watch that New Year's Day. Great time.
Oh, what a great pick.
time, yeah.
Right, now, oh no, wait, we've still got the Marvel jar. So through the year, it was actually Gareth who's come on the podcast that said, you guys should have a Marvel jar to try and stop you from mentioning Marvel all the time. We have a combined total of £20 in the Marvel jar.
Oh,
every
no.
time. So that's not actually that bad. Like, if you look at like 52 episodes and we've mentioned Marvel out of context 20 times.
Yeah, but then you got to take into account, take those 50 episodes and how many have been Marvel. You got to take those out as well.
Yeah. Anyway, one of us had £11 in the Marvel jar.
Oh.
And one of us had £9.
Close.
The person who mentioned Marvel most was this mug.
Was you?
It was me.
What?
Mate.
I'm actually shocked at that. Wow.
I'm gutted.
Wow.
So I think the way we said it was the difference would be owed to the other person. So I owe you £2.
Hey. Send me that £2.
You, mate.
Yeah, cheers, mate.
I'll get that over.
Merry Christmas.
Right, now we can get into the awards. We've got nominations, we've got people reading them, special guests. It's very exciting. Let's see if we have any more technical hitches.
Let's see. So the first award we're going to is the best TV series. And we have none other than Mrs. Becky Holston coming at you.
Mrs. Whoa. Let's just take that back a little bit. It's not that.
Sorry, Ellis, the video's running. I'm going to press the video. Bye.
Helping them announce their winner for Best TV Series at the Talkabout Awards. Now, in my personal and professional opinion, One Tree Hill always has been and always will be the best TV show ever made. And will always be my recommendation, will always be my favourite. But unfortunately, they didn't make the cut this year because, they haven't been on air since like 2010, but it's fine. So, the nomination for Ellis and Gwilym's Best TV Series of the Year are WandaVision, Ted Lasso Season 2, Squid Game, Lupin Part 2, and Arcane. So, you know who my winner is. They're not on the list, but I will leave it to Ellis and Gwilym to let you know the official winner. So, have fun.
I do love me some Lupin. It's driving me looping crazy.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Is that's the joke you went for, is it?
Yeah. Anyway, thanks Becky. Thanks for doing that.
Thanks a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. So, as we said, Gwilym has no idea who won, but I can announce the winner of the best TV series of 2021 is... Don't know why I went for George of the Jungle, but I did. It's happened. WandaVision on Disney Plus. WandaVision won by quite a big margin as well. So WandaVision, why is it the best TV series of 2021, Gwilym?
What a start to Marvel on Disney Plus. They released the first 2 episodes out at the same time. The first when it was released on a Friday, and nobody had a clue what was going on. And it was the Marvel show that had like the most speculation about it. Even at whatever was happening in Loki, everyone was just like, what is going on in WandaVision? And some people say, oh, when you find out what's going on, it weakens a little bit. But I don't think it does, because when you find out what's going on, you then get Catherine Hahn's Agatha. All the performances are great. The twists are great. What it means for the overall MCU is great. And we just get to see Paul Bettany and Elizabeth Olsen be fantastic.
Amazing. Like, so... And the thing is as well, when that came out, I was up every morning watching it as soon as it hit. I haven't had that with any of the other Marvel shows. I think this is the best one still. I'm just so excited about Wanda's future in the MCU, and that's all credit to the show. It's really, really good. I think it's the deserved winner of the TV show of the year.
Yep.
Gwilyn doesn't, so we'll move on.
We'll move on.
What's the next award, Gwyl?
So the next award is the Best Production Award. We're calling it Best Production Award, but it's basically anything that can't be described as a like down to acting or directing or writing or anything like that. Just we're calling it Production Award, but it basically means anything about a film that we can't really describe like that. So enjoy. We've got the Graphy Bros telling us this one.
Thank you very much for our invite to Eurovision 2021. Hello from Romania. In all seriousness, we are the Graphy Brothers, and it's a huge honour to be here. So thank you very much, Alice and Gwilym, for the huge honour of unveiling these awards that we shall now begin.
The nominations for the Production Award are
The Green Knight,
for camera work and cinematography,
No Time to Die,
for visual effects,
In the Heights of Production,
for production and choreography,
Archaeology, right, Nomadland,
Henry, you've missed out, Cruella. We can't keep doing that. In the Heights, and
Cruella,
for costume,
Nomadland,
for cinematography,
Shang-Chi, and the Legend of Ten Rings,
for fight choreography,
West Side Story,
for production for production design and choreography,
Sound of Metal,
for sound design.
We know a thing or two about design, don't we, John?
Yes. Oh, forte.
Yes. I'm going to knock. Anyway, they are the nominations. It's been a huge privilege to have read them out. Ellis didn't trust us with reading out the winner, so thank you very much for that. And thank you very much for the camera team behind. For cut.
What a video. Yeah. It seemed to me they've done so many takes and they're like, no, we can't go on anymore. You know, I love the difference as well in Becky, like she's really polite, but is also like plugging this TV show. Whereas we've got the Graphy Bros that are just plugging themselves. I love it. It just, yeah, excellent. But yeah, the winner is, I forgot what we were doing for a second. The winner of the Production Award is No Time to Die for visual effects. Chris Corbold, Mark Bukowski are most thanks here for the visual effects for No Time to Die. Gwilym, I think you're on mute, mate. I think you're on mute on the video.
I'm on mute. Guys, I just made some really funny jokes. So if you want to...
Such funny jokes.
They were really funny.
Let's try and replicate them. Right,
okay.
So...
Men in Black. Haha!
Men in Black, yeah.
Thanks for the
they look like
videos.
the Men in... Thanks for the videos, guys.
Yeah, if you want to listen to what we properly said, guess you'll have to listen to the episode on Spotify or Apple Music as well. This was all planned.
There we go.
This was all
Talking
planned.
about graphic
Follow.
plugging themselves, there's us. Like, excellent. I mean, I revealed the winner. No Time to Die won for VFX. Will, what do you think about No Time to Die's visual
I asked
effects?
you tell me.
Oh, well, you were on mute, mate, so no one knows you asked me.
You know. You're just trying to dub me in it now. Go on. What?
Yeah, I am.
Tell me.
This film looked incredible. I mean, it split people on their thoughts of, the actual plot of the film and what it did with the character of James Bond, and it's had a lot of split opinions. But one thing that I don't think can be argued is how this film looks. I mean, from the starting moment with Rami Malek's villain, who isn't called Satan. What's he called? He may as well be Satan. Yusufa
Safin.
Safin? Safin?
Safin.
Safin. That whole bit in the ice is really good. Through to like the shot I'm thinking is like when the cars come over all at the same time, that you got cars and bikes chasing Bond, all the explosive bits that happen. I've just fully burped. There's no hiding it.
We can edit that out. We can edit that. Oh,
no, we can't.
no, we can't.
Willem.
Nope.
We can't. Why couldn't I have been the one on mute? But yeah, the visual effects, just amazing. Everything about this looked incredible, including Daniel Craig. So yeah, I think this is a worthy winner.
Yeah, so do I.
I mean, it's probably a good time to say that everything we nominated is a worthy winner. That's why there's not like 5 things nominated for each award or a certain number. We just nominate what we think could win.
Yeah.
Everything on here we'd be happy to win. And that's just that's why some of the awards like this one have sort of 8 nominations, whereas others have maybe 4 or 5. That's why.
Yeah. So,
shall we move on?
Let's move on. The Cinema Moment Award. Now,
yes,
we don't have that many friends, so we're going to read this nomination out ourselves, if that's okay. We have the car chase sequence in No Time to Die, the end of Candyman, Francis McDormand shits in a bucket in Nomadland, Paul vs. Sandworm in Dune, the opening sequence in The Suicide Squad, The Last Duel in The Last Duel, Stay Puffed Marshmallows in Ghostbusters Afterlife, and Ned's Kitchen in Spider-Man No Way Home.
And the winner of the cinema moment is Ned's Kitchen from Spider-Man No Way Home.
It had to be.
Now, this puts us in a very difficult position because we can't talk about what happens in Ned's Kitchen.
I can talk about the cinema reaction, though.
Yes.
I mean, I'm going to sneeze, so get ready.
Okay, I'm ready.
Bang.
Oh, bless you. Wow.
Yeah, so, I mean, Spider-Man No Way Home had people applauding a lot of the time through it. But in the scene with Ned's Kitchen, like, everyone just went off. There was not a single person. I've seen it twice now, and there's not a single person who was watching it that didn't have a massive grin on their face and didn't like whoop or like vocally exclaim how excited they were about what happened in Ned's Kitchen. And so, I mean, that's what cinema's about for me. Cinema's about that experience and that atmosphere. I know some people are a bit grouchy and will say, no, be quiet, don't clap or don't whatever. But you know what? We're just having fun. We're all here for a good time. So, yeah.
My cinema didn't seem to go off as much as you say yours did. But it had a lot of people like tapping the person next to them like, oh my god, it's happening. Something's happening. But there is a moment where that if there was that whooping in my cinema, there's a joke that happens instantly that would have been missed. Take that as a positive or negative. As a negative, you've missed a joke. As a positive, the next time you see it, you'll get to see that and have something new to take away from the movie.
No, I was expecting there to be a mosh pit in mine shortly after.
Yeah.
Like people just to start barricading doors and just throwing all popcorn in the air. Yeah.
It's also worth saying that Jacob Batalon and Zendaya as Ned and MJ are absolutely brilliant in that scene.
Yeah.
So that is something we can say about it. They are in that scene. It's in Ned's kitchen. It's brilliant. and that is our cinema moment of 2021.
Yeah.
Next, what we got next? Will?
Your next
What we got?
award, Ellis. It's your choice.
It's my choice.
It's your choice.
So we did this last year. Me and Gwillem both get a choice of anything in film, TV, or music, or maybe gaming. But I mean, spoiler alert: neither of us picked anything gaming. It's just something or someone that we think deserves recognition for their work this year, in particular, but maybe their work in general, and that's the avenue I've gone. The Ellis's Choice Award for 2021 goes to Sarah Halley Finn, who, for those of you who don't know, and I'm sure a lot of people don't, is the casting director for Marvel. Now, I, on the review app Letterboxd, made a comment when I watched Shang-Chi. My review of that was, someone give Sarah Halley Finn an award, because she really deserves one. And then I figured, well, what better place to do it than with Talkabout? So I am nominating this. She has done the casting for 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, all the Disney Plus Star Wars shows, The Nice Guys, one of my favourite films, so projects that I really like, but Marvel is her big deal. And when you look at the films that have come out this year and TV shows this year, in particular I'm thinking Simu Liu as Shang-Chi, in Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, the whole cast of Eternals, Black Widow for Florence Pugh, for David Harbour.
Yeah,
for
I think
Vice.
Florence Pugh and Hayley Stanfield should get an award by herself, and then you add in like Eternals and everything. Yeah.
She is just incredible, and she brings all. She's been there since Robert Downey Jr. She was along with Jon Favreau, was a big part of getting RDJ to play Iron Man, and look how that turned out. So I think Sarah Halley Finn needs incredible recognition, as casting often doesn't get any recognition, and she is one of the best in the business.
I completely agree with you. Yeah.
Well, that's good. That's rare. It doesn't happen a lot.
Yeah, I think that's because most of your opinions aren't very good.
Oh.
So the next award is the best album. We're hopping on to music, and to help us out, we thought we'd go to at least the best musicians that I know. And that's Joe and Ollie from the band Apollo.
Hey guys, Joe and Ollie, the 2 best singers from Apollo here. Ellis, you don't get a say in that, so shut up already. We hope you're having a good Christmas and a good New Year. We're looking forward to getting some stuff out next year and getting some more gigs on the go. So keep an eye out on all our socials for that. We're here this evening to announce the nominations for the best album, and the nominations for the best album are
Amazing Things by Don Broco,
Loving in Stereo by Jungle,
An Evening with Silk Sonic by Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak,
How to Steal the World by Red Rum Club,
and Sometimes I Might Be Introvert by Little Sims, and The Black Parade by My Chemical Romance.
We'd also like to put Apollo Vanilla in there. We know it's not an album, but it's going in there anyway.
And High School Musical 3 Senior Year by the High School Musical cast.
Including Zac Efron, Corbin Blue,
and the others.
And someone else. Yeah, the others. As we said before, we hope you're having a good Christmas and a good New Year, and looking forward to seeing you in 2022. Peace.
See you later.
Thanks, lads. That is, for some reason I thought we'd get through the whole video without Ollie just adding something random or just some. You know what? High School Musical, was it 3?
Yeah.
It's got some
wrong,
bangers.
mate.
Yeah, it's got some bangers.
You thought wrong. But the winner of Best Album of 2021 is High School Musical 3 Senior Year, the soundtrack. Well done to everyone involved. No, I'm joking.
We're trying to run a serious thing.
Sorry, yeah. The Best Album of 2021 goes to An Evening with Silk Sonic by Silk Sonic, Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak. Silk Sonic isn't its own entity, by the way. I made that sound like Silk Sonic was an artist, and then Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak. Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak came together to make Silk Sonic, and what a dream combination it was. Will, How many times you listen to this album now, do you reckon?
Oh, I don't want to think about it. I had it on for like the month after it was released. I had it on in my headphones at work on repeat. Whenever I was travelling to and from everything, I had it on. Whenever I was cooking in the kitchen, I had it on. I mean, when I've been cooking in the kitchen back home or washing up or whatever, I've had it on. It's just it. I mean, my first review I think says it all. Is it just has no right to be as good as they did.
It really doesn't.
Yeah.
It really, really doesn't. It's absolutely excellent. And I love it. So, I mean, I could go on about this, and I have on the podcast already gone on about how good this is. And I'm not going to. All I will say is it is just incredible.
Yeah. Ah.
And we danced to it while making pasta.
We did dance to it while making pasta. That's a Gwyneth
Kind of
moment
like-
of the year.
Yeah, it was up there.
Yeah.
It was also really, really.
Go on.
I don't want to say sexual, but it was like close. Like
Yeah.
it was. There was a lot of chemistry.
There was tension. There was tension there.
There was.
Yeah.
There was. Is that a? Right. Is that a penne pasta, or are you just pleased to see me?
Stop it. Stop it. Well, let's move
We should
on.
probably.
We should
yeah.
probably move on. It's not that type of stream. So the TV episode of the year is the next award. And we've got someone who decided to kind of flex and recorded this in a different country. We've got Mr. Charles Whitcomb.
Welcome to Switzerland. The nominations for TV episode of the year are It's a Sin, episode 4, Invincible, episode 1, It's About Time, Ted Lasso, episode 8, Man City, Loki, episode 6, For All Time Always, WandaVision, episode 7, Breaking the Fourth Wall, Squid Game, episode 6, Garnbu, and Arcane, episode 3, The Base Violence Necessary for Change.
Well, thanks for that, Charles, and lovely scenery behind.
Oh, I've actually not to flex, but seen that in person.
Yeah. It's kind
Eye
of
to eye.
flexing. What won?
Well, the winner of TV episode of the year goes to It's a Sin, episode 4.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow,
Up
that's
against
interesting.
Squid Game, WandaVision, Loki, and so on and so on and so on.
Yeah.
Arcane, and It's a Sin 1. Now, this is like the only nomination that I've not seen. So, Gwillem, take the reins. It's a Sin, episode 4.
Yeah, so this, if I'm right, is a penultimate episode. And I said this should be nominated because I binge watched It's a Sin, and I watched this one, and I had to take a break because I was sobbing on my bed. It was like in a teen film when the girl's just been broken up with. Like, I had tissues all... Like, it was a scene, okay? It was just bad, and I was sobbing, and I came out to my flatmates, and they were like, "Are you okay?" And I said, "No." This whole series was great, but this particular episode was just... I mean, it hit all the right beats for me, and was just tragic, and heartwarming, and hopeful, but also disheartening. It was just everything. So yeah, I'm surprised it won, but I'm happy it did.
You can't get much better review than it was just everything. Like, it's a pretty glowing review there, mate.
Thanks.
Yeah, I hear great things. I should probably watch it now that it's won an award. But that's It's a Sin, episode 4 is the winner of TV episode of the year.
Yeah.
Now, next award, we have the performance of the year. Now, the performance of the year is basically anyone in film and TV, any actor or actress who we think has delivered an incredible performance. And would you agree, Gwyl, that this was the hardest to narrow down?
Yeah. I mean, at one point we had about 20 people on this list. And I know we said, we wanted to make sure we wanted to put up anybody who deserved it, but it was getting a bit ridiculous. We had some long chats where we had to cut some people down or we had to be like, oh no, but wait, what about this one? It was tricky, but we did it.
It's just been an incredible year for acting, really,
Yeah.
hasn't it? So to read out the nominations for this video. To read out the nominations for this video is none other than Mr. Adam Pugh.
Nominations for Performance of the Year are Carey Mulligan, Promising Young Woman; Aubrey Plaza, Black Bear; Adele Dazeem. Nominations for Performance of the Year are Carey Mulligan, Promising Young Woman; Aubrey Plaza, Black Bear; Adele Dazeem; Daniel Kaluuya, Judas and the Black Messiah; Daniel Craig, No Time to Die; Jason Sudeikis, Ted Lasso; Elizabeth Olsen, One Division; Jodie Comer, The Last Duel; Mads Mikkelsen, Another Round; Andrew Garfield, Tick Tick Boom; and Tom Holland, Spider-Man No Way Home.
Thank you, Adam. And apologies, there was a little bit of technical mishaps, but you know what? If we've been streaming for how long? And if that's the first one...
Don't you dare jinx it. The first one? Are you kidding? You were on mute. I didn't get the right link. This is just...
If that's the first one, then,
If that was the first one, then yeah.
I don't want to talk about it, Ellis. Move on. Who won?
Okay, sorry. The winner of the Performance of the Year is...
Yeah, love it.
Tom Holland for Spider-Man No Way Home. Now, what a tough category this was. Just against the juggernauts of performance. And Tom Holland, I say, fights with them. I mean, it's why he's up there. But after seeing this, we were unsure about what... Well, I was more unsure than Gwillem about what exactly to nominate Spider-Man for. One thing I was adamant on was that Tom Holland should get the Performance of the Year. Now, Gwill, you're an actor.
Thanks, mate.
You know, some say you've got a master's in the subject.
Yeah, cheers.
So, talk about Tom Holland's performance as Peter Parker.
Well, I feel like I'm just going to repeat myself with saying exactly what I said for It's a Sin, but it literally does everything. He goes from the John Hughes style, John Watts Spider-Man that we've seen previously with the bits at the start and all of that stuff with figuring out how he's going to be Peter Parker and Spider-Man, and then just the complete turmoil he goes through. And whilst the plot goes in a really interesting way, I think Tom Holland's choices make it even more interesting. And you see the inner conflict in so many parts. And there's a particular scene after a fight, without spoiling, that is just so heartbreaking to watch, but he's fantastic in it.
He is. He just, like, there's the shot I said earlier was my shot of the year. His face basically fills the frame on a big cinema screen. That's incredible. And I think I just said cinema scream. That's not right. An N at the end of that, not an N. For November. Not Movember. The cinema screen was filled with Tom Holland's face, and you could see every little dimple, like, was acting. I know that sounds ridiculous to say, but he just had so much emotion. And that has stuck with me. But equally, everything about this, like you said, at some moments he's the action hero, at some moments he's the comedy sidekick, and he always works.
Yeah.
I see you smiling. What are you smiling at?
I'm just smiling at you. I just see you and I'm just happy. So, I mean, I'll frown.
Stop it. Yeah, frown. Yeah. Oh no, not a moody Gwillem.
Yeah, we also watched Paddington 2 recently, and so I've been practicing my hard stare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a film.
Hugh Grant, love him. And anyway,
so there we go.
Yep.
Tom Holland, Performance of the Year.
Love
there
it.
It is.
The next award isn't your conventional one. Now, in all of the podcast episodes we've done, if there's been a very good beard, usually we'll talk about it. We'll discuss how good of a beard it was. So we felt it was only right to make an award about it. And to give us that award, it's the man with not much facial hair, but Mr. Ellis Potter.
Hi everyone, it's Ellis Potter. You might remember me from the Lord of the Rings Talkabout episode. I will be presenting one of your awards today, and that would be the nomination for the Beard of the Year. Quite frankly, if I had a beard, which I used to, I probably would have won. But seeing as I shaved it off about 3 months ago, I weren't really in the running for it. Anyway, I'll be reading off my iPad. So the nomination for the Beard of the Year. So we've got Cillian Murphy in A Quiet Place 2, Dev Patel in The Green Knight, J.K. Simmons in The Tomorrow War, Oscar Isaac in June, Brendan Hunt in Ted Lasso, Nicolas Cage in Pig, and Ellis on Talkabout. Well, back to you boys in the studio.
Thanks, Ellis. It is back to us in the studio, and more importantly, Ellis in front of me. How you feeling about his look when he said your name?
Yeah, that was a lot, wasn't it? I mean, to be fair, this is probably the shortest my beard's been all year while we're doing the only video. But I can announce that the beard of the year goes to this champ.
Oh, wow.
Thank you so much to everyone that voted.
Oh, no.
This is a massive ego boost for me. You know, I'm up against, the most good-looking people working in Hollywood. Cillian Murphy, Oscar Isaac, Dev Patel.
Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage. And somehow I've won. And you know what? I'm thrilled. I'm absolutely thrilled. I just don't know what to say. Gwilym wasn't nominated.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Yeah. There's just, you weren't, and that's that. But look, I always... look,
we should have done best
on the chin at the minute.
Leave it. Leave it.
Sorry. Look, I always said to my parents, if I ever won an award, I'd make sure to thank them. So I'd like to thank my mum and dad. I wouldn't have a beard without them.
Cool. Thanks for that,
There you go.
Ellis. We've given...
Beard of the year goes to me.
It's quite annoying that you did an award speech, because, Tom Holland asked me if he needed to send one in, but I said we weren't doing award speeches. So...
Oh, never mind. We'll get him next year.
Yeah, sorry, Tom. Star in something good next year, and we'll get you on.
Yeah.
Right, so next award.
Music moment.
Music moment.
So, look, the year has been filled with music moments. Now, let us explain what a music moment is. Much like a cinema moment where it's something that sticks with you that happened on the big screen, or sometimes small screen, this is a moment in TV or film that has been pivotal to the film, and the music has driven it. So the music that happens with it is the thing that's memorable about that moment. Okay? If that makes sense. I think it does.
Yes, sir.
The nominations for Music Moment are Here I Come, The Harder They Fall, What a Life, Another Round, Toxic, Promising Young Woman, Don't Let Me Be Misunderstood, Nobody, 96,000, In the Heights, Agatha All Along, One Division, Never Gonna Give You Up, Ted Lasso, Edgar's Prayer, Barb and Star Go to Vista Del Mar, and Mambo for West Side Story. And the winner of the music moment is... Give me a drum roll, Gwilym. Agatha All Along
I
from
knew
One
it.
Division.
I knew it.
One Division taking home 2 awards this evening.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, there was 1 point in it, and we haven't done this for the rest, but kind of second place, very close, was 96,000 from In the Heights.
Wow.
Which was also brilliant.
Wow.
But Agatha All Along, I mean, it's just so good. That moment is my favourite moment of
No, it isn't.
the TV era
Okay,
of
yeah.
the MCU.
Just making
What
sure
did you
what
think
you
I
were...
was going to say?
I thought you said your favourite Marvel moment of the year.
Oh, no. No, my favourite TV Marvel moment of the year. It's just brilliant. Catherine Hahn, I saw a thing where they basically said, you know, we're going to get someone to sing on it. Do you want to sing on it? And she was like, no one else is singing on this track. I am doing it. Like, this is mine. And she did such a good job with it. And that moment that comes at the end of the episode, excellent.
I do think that going to One Division tells me not enough people have listened to us and watched another round.
Yeah, that is, I mean, we shouldn't be doing this really, but that's definitely our music moment of the year. It's so good.
But yeah, Agatha all along still deserve to win, and we listen to the people here.
We do listen to the people. The next award is now Gwilym's choice. We had my choice earlier. I picked Sarah Halley Finn. Now it's Gwilym's choice. Gwilym, what is your choice? What do you want to highlight for 2021?
Can I give what was in second place?
You can. Yeah.
Okay. So in second place, because I hadn't decided until something happened this episode. until now. But in second place for me was Bo Burnham, with all of his work on Inside and being in Promising Young Woman. I think Bo Burnham has just been fantastic this year. And I was originally going to pick him. But then seeing, like, TV series of the year and then TV episode of the year and not having Arcane be read out, as much as I've raved about it to everybody, and as much as I love this show, I've watched the first episode again today, I've got to give it to Arcane. It's not only becoming one of my favourite TV series ever, it's one of my favourite things on Netflix. It's the first phenomenal video game adaptation we've ever had. Just everything about it is amazing. And, you know, just the animation, just all of it is incredible. And so I couldn't sit here and not say Arcane was my choice of the year after how much I've spoken about it. I know that surprises you.
It does. Because, like, Bo Burnham, I said, are you going to pick Bo Burnham? And you were like, yeah, I'll pick Bo Burnham. So then I was like, okay, I'll pick something else. I'm really glad with my choice, by the way. But Bo Burnham probably would have maybe crept in. Who knows?
Bo Burnham is Talkabout's choice, though. We'll say that. But Arcane, it's got to be Arcane.
Yeah, so. You have raved about that a lot. I shouldn't be surprised, really, that Arcane. I've just burped again. I'm so sorry, everyone. This is drinking beer whilst doing this was a bad idea. But there, well, it's happened. I probably shouldn't have drawn attention to it, but I have now. Arcane is William's choice. Next, I can't believe we're saying this, to be honest. I really can't. It's a really big deal. But we are going to British Spider-Man.
Yeah.
British Spider-Man has sent us a video reading out the nominations for the Marvel project. So this is every Marvel project from this year. Because we love Marvel, we had to give it its own award. So it's up for an award. And just let's go to British Spider-Man.
Take it away, British Spider-Man. It's me, British Spider-Man. And these are nominations for the Marvel projects of this year. We got WandaVision, Falcon and Winter Soldier, Black Widow, Loki, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, What If, Eternals, Hawkeye, and Spider-Man No Way Home. Back to you in the studio. And it's going back to us in the studio. Thank you, British Spider-Man. That was... Wow, I honestly can't believe we got him.
It's just mind-blowing, to be honest.
Yeah. Next time we'll get a Spanish Iron Man.
Oh, I can't wait for that.
Yeah. No promises.
The winner of the Marvel project of 2021 is Spider-Man No Way Home, winning its third award of the night, first for Best Performance and for Cinema Moment. Mm-hmm. Now for Marvel Project. No Way Home. Now, I'll tell you, this was the biggest win of all of the awards. And close behind were Hawkeye and WandaVision. But Spider-Man No Way Home won. Gwilym, why?
because it was an incredible film. And just did.
Why do you seem angry at me for asking why? Like, I'm just
Well,
asking
because
your...
it's like asking why is the sky blue, isn't it? It's
Right.
just. I mean, I'm happy WandaVision and Hawkeye were in close, like second and third. I did a poll on Twitter about a week ago after Hawkeye was finished, and those two came out on top as the best. In fact, Hawkeye beat WandaVision as best TV series. But let's be honest, Spider-Man No Way Home had an enormous amount of hype leading up to it. Some might say an unreachable amount of hype, but somehow
I
they
would
did
say,
it.
yeah.
Somehow, at least in my book, every bit of hype that they had, every moment that they put in was done to perfection. Every character moment was done to perfection. Every character arc, every story choice. Like, I had ideas on what I would have liked to see, and theirs was just so much better. Just so much better. So, yeah.
There it is. So yeah, I was hoping we'd get one. It wouldn't be a talk about episode without a so yeah.
So, yeah, British Spider-Man with Spider-Man No Way Home winning. You can't write it.
You can't. And look, I did vote for this. I groaned when it was winning because it's just winning everything. But I did vote for this. It is absolutely excellent. It is a 5-star. It deserves to win. So there we go. Thank you again to everyone that has voted. Where are we going next, Will?
Oh, next is the best director. And for that, we've got to go over to returning guest, Gareth.
Oh, hello there. I'm Gareth. You might have heard me on the Decades show on the podcast, or you might have seen me on the Focus Film YouTube. Go check it out. There's currently a wrap-up of 2021 on there. It's my great pleasure to introduce to you the nominations for Best Director, and they are James Samuel, The Harder They Fall, Edgar Wright, Last Night in Soho, Chloe Zhao, Nomadland, David Lowery, The Green Knight, Thomas Vinterberg, Another Round, Nia DaCosta, Candyman, Emerald Fennell, Promising Young Woman, and Steven Spielberg, West Side Story. Thank you very much. Anyway, as I was saying...
Thanks, Gareth. Who is he talking to off screen?
I don't know, really. Some say it was British Spider-Man, and it was Gareth that made that link. I just want to say that someone at CBeebies needs to hire Gareth to do the CBeebies bedtime stories, because that was nailed on.
Yeah, absolutely.
The winner
Yeah.
of Best Director is Steven Spielberg for West Side Story.
Wow.
Will, what do you think of the direction of West Side Story?
Yeah. It was good. It was great.
Nice.
It's fantastic.
And the final award...
No, it's just like it. Again, it was a pretty huge task taking on one of the most iconic musicals ever done, and a beloved musical film. But I wasn't a fan of some choices in terms of the writing, but the directing was fantastic. Getting all these moments that we needed between the different characters, getting like just the look of everything was amazing. And I think we said it when we spoke about it in the November Wrapped, or was it December Wrapped we spoke about it?
December Wrapped, Part 1.
December Wrapped Part 1, Part 2 coming soon. It took me back to like the golden age of Hollywood and musicals, and he had a clear vision, and we saw that.
That's exactly it, mate. He made it look like it was made in the 60s. And it was like...
For the right reasons.
For all the right reasons. Yeah. And just for the majority of the time, the performances were incredible. We've, like Will said, December Wrapped, we talk about it all. But the direction of this is so clear, so punchy. He was up against some big people, but Steven Spielberg is the biggest. And it's fitting that he wins after being the main feature on our 50th episode of Talkabout, in which Helen O'Hara came on to talk. Helen O'Hara from Empire Magazine and the Empire Podcast came on to talk to us about Spielberg. And then, just in that episode, we both definitely realised just how incredibly inspirational he's been for so many films and so many directors. So he fully deserves to win this.
Yeah, absolutely. Second to
What's
last.
next?
It's second to last nomination, award, and it's the People's Single. So every month, apart from December, which we'll get on to in the part 2 episode, we've put a track on our music recommendation of the month, and we made a playlist with it, and then me and Ellis chose 3 of our favourite songs from that playlist. So there were 6 nominees. Yep, 6 nominations in total, and we got you guys to vote on it. Now, just want to say, the playlist is great. I listen to it quite a lot. It varies a lot, but
it does.
It's also great. So, Ellis, what is the People's Single of the year, and what's the nominations as well? Is more important.
Nominations. So we've got The Last Man on Earth by Wolf Alice, Leave the Door Open by Silk Sonic, Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak, Fight for You by Her, Crop Circles by Tash Sultana, Don't Worry, Feet Inc. by Leon Bridges, and Playground from the series Arcane by B. Miller. And the winner of the People's Single is Leave the Door Open.
Of course it was.
Silk Sonic.
There wasn't even a thing. It was just Silk Sonic. So yeah.
It was like there was a few votes for other things, which was good. Everything got at least 1 vote, but it is Leave the Door Open that stole it. And I didn't talk much about the album. I will talk about the single. When this came out, I just got unbelievably excited for the album because they announced, there's going to be a full album coming out. It was amazing. I remember Gwilym at the time saying he's just had it on non-stop. And listening to the album, it's still one of the strongest tracks. Sometimes a song can get released and then it gets overplayed and then it's on the album and you just think, oh, this is so overplayed. And there was a little bit of a nature of that, but listening to the album in full, I don't get that at all. It's absolutely brilliant.
It's
so
just,
good.
So good. Makes me feel good in all the right places.
If you're watching this stream and haven't listened to the Silk Sonic album, just get it on, have a good time.
And if
I've listened to it in a car, in Gwilym's kitchen, in bed,
it's great.
Waking up in the morning and having a shower, and there's so many different ways you can listen to this album, and it's always great.
Can I be honest? When you said if you're watching this stream and you haven't, I just got like a PTSD flashback to if you were listening to this episode and haven't watched Surf's Up, go and watch.
I mean, you put it up now on a live format. Surf's Up, right? It's about surfing penguins. And a chicken.
No, we're moving on. We're moving on.
Have a big surfing competition.
We've got the final award. The final award. We can talk about Surf's Up after. Final award. And this is the biggie. Well, everyone's been a biggie, but this is the biggie. And it's the best picture. And to help us out with reading the nominations, we've got Mr. Gary Hewitt from the Choose Film podcast.
Hi, my name is Gary Hewitt and I'm a filmmaker from Scotland. I want to thank Ellis and Gwilym for asking me to read out the nominations for Best Picture. During a time of pandemics and lockdowns, it is the arts and artists that have gotten us through, so they all deserve a huge round of applause. So here goes. The nominations for Best Picture are Another Round, The Mitchells vs. the Machines, June, Promising Young Women, and Spider-Man No Way Home. Good luck to you all.
So thank you, Gary, for that. Ellis is just taking a big old swig. Love that. Yeah. I want a preference before the winner gets released that, first of all, what Gary said about cinema is completely right. It was a big year. These 5 films that were nominated were the only 5 films that me and Ellis agreed on were 5-star films. So
yeah,
I mean that just says. I mean we've got different films that we give 5 stars to, but these were the ones that we were like, no, these are the best films of this year, and some of them I know have entered our favourite films of all time.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
I'm nervous
The
about
winner
this one. Let's
of
go.
Best Picture is, drum roll please. Drum roll if you're watching on the stream, if you're listening on Spotify. The Best Picture of 2021 is Spider-Man No Way Home. Now, unbelievably, this film has just swept all the
What do you mean
categories.
unbelievably? Of course it's believable.
Yeah. Look, this was quite a big win for Spider-Man. 50% of the votes went to Spider-Man. All the others got at least one nomination and were in that other 50%. So Spider-Man was a clear winner here. It is an absolutely excellent film. And I feel... The thing is, why we do these awards is because time and time again, year after year, the awards happen and... like the big awards, the Oscars, the Golden Globes, the BAFTAs, and there's just no recognition for Marvel. And not just Marvel, but the big franchise films. Star Wars The Force Awakens should have been nominated for so much more than it was, as one example of something that's not Marvel. But this award, these awards just give us an opportunity to showcase things that we know, not just we love, but we know so many people love. And I think me and Gwynam can both say that we've had so many people talk to us about Spider-Man and love it and just want to share their thoughts on it, and I think that says more than anything else.
Yeah. It's just, we spoke about it all. We've got a whole episode where we talk about it. We've got a Spider-Man episode out now where we talk about all the other Spider-Men, but this film was just perfect, and I love it, and it's quickly becoming, if not has already become, my favourite MCU film.
Which is a discussion for another day.
That is a discussion for another day.
I just can't believe it.
I need to think about more. I need to watch Endgame and Infinity War again.
I just think it's because it's Best Picture, it's time to just give just literally a tiny bit of time to the other nominations on here. So another round. Myself and Gwynam saw it at a Screen Unseen experience and absolutely fell in love with it the first time we watched it.
I will say, this was my favourite film of this year. Was another round.
Okay. Well, my film of the year was Dune. So Dune was just as off the charts amazing as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
We both loved The Mitchells versus the Machines, and I can't wait to revisit that.
It came out of nowhere. I remember I think I was up in Melton at the time, and Ellis just messaged me and was like, "Hey, if you've not got a film to watch today, watch Mitchells versus Machines. It's a 5-star film." And that was his first 5-star of the year. I put it on and just absolutely loved it.
It's so much fun. And then Promising Young Woman as well was just Emerald Fennell's direction crossed with Carey Mulligan's performance is just a feast for the eyes.
Yeah. And the casting with that, the story choices that were made with that was so unconventional but so good. Yeah. And it's such an important story to tell.
So, there we go.
So,
the Best Picture goes to Spider-Man No Way Home.
But if you take anything away from us, watch all of the other Best Picture nominations, because they all, as with every nomination we've had, they all deserve to win.
I talk about films of the year, and myself and Gwynam have taken part in a list for Focus Film, which is the top 10 films and all 5 of these appear on the list. So it's not just us two that are loving these and you guys that are loving Spider-Man. It's got really good response.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
We got another So Yeah.
There we go. Now, we're at the end. That's the end of the awards as such. You can, if you've watched this live, you've maybe chipped in halfway through, you couldn't get into the link at the beginning. This is on YouTube now, hopefully. So you can go back and watch it. It will also be released as a normal episode at the end of the week. So on Friday the 5th? No, 6th? No, 7th? It's coming out on a Friday. The next Friday after this one.
You're correct with 7th. It's coming out on the 7th.
Right, so it's coming out on the 7th. You can listen to it there. And then what are we doing the week after that, Gwynam?
Well, the week after that, we are doing December Wrap Part 2. So it's that episode that we're going to be giving our music recommendation for December. We're going to be talking about Don't Look Up, Matrix Resurrections. That's, I think, going to be the biggest one we talk about. And also The King's Man. as well as
Yeah.
what other TVs happen this month and stuff,
Yeah.
which is going to
so
be
only like half a month late.
Yeah, only half a
Mid-Jan.
month late.
It's
Well,
fine.
cool. So yeah,
We just wanted to make sure that those films get spoke about because they're big films.
yeah, and we want to talk about them. But we've got, in the new year, we've got loads and loads of other cool episodes that are going to be coming out. We've got more on the shelves. We've got more List 'em Up. A few just to throw it out there. We've got a List 'em Up Batman and a List 'em Up Harry Potter in the works. We've got our final, well, one of our final decade ones. We're going to be looking at 60s and 70s films. We're going to be doing our monthly wrapped. We've got more guests on. It's just, yeah, we've got some cool ideas as well.
Yeah. We've already planned our 100th episode, and it's going to be big and a lot of fun, and it's going to include you guys in a similar way that this has.
Yep. So I'm really
Sorry,
looking forward to it.
jigging. I'm desperate for a wee. I'm absolutely desperate. But I'm
Usually
gonna hold
we'll
it.
have a
I'll take
peep
it this
wait.
far.
Yeah.
Yeah, we will.
I just want to
we want to say thanks as well, don't we, Will?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I'm speaking on behalf of Ellis to just say thanks to all of you, whether you're listening to this episode, whether you've watched the stream, whether you listen to, I don't know, 3 episodes or something. Just listen to us is so helpful for us to get the opportunities that we have been able to, like talk to some amazing directors and some amazing actors that we have done this year. We hope to keep doing these opportunities. And so, yeah, just thanks for supporting us. And we love you in a completely non-parasocial way. So,
yeah,
just remember that.
And look, we do this because we love it and we love doing it.
Yeah.
And when we get response that we have in the past year from different people, some that we know, some that we have no idea who you are, in the greatest respect possible, and we've never met you, but you're enjoying the podcast, and that means a lot to us, and we're going to keep doing it. We have no intention to stop because we love it. So please tell people about us if you enjoy it. If this is your first time watching, hi, I'm Ellis, he's Gwillem, and get involved, because our recommendation of the week and of the year is to go back and listen to all the episodes of Talkabout. That's right, we're promoting ourselves
So
again.
if you've ever missed an episode, go back and listen to it. We've got some great ones. We've got a whole episode where we talk about Surf's Up. We've got bonus Marvel episodes. Just go back, listen to them. They're all great. I think
We've got
so.
70 now. 70 regular episodes.
Bloody
You can go pick your
hell.
favourites.
That is
70.
a lot.
Yeah.
Christ.
Yeah. I want to ask the same question to finish this off as I asked in the 2020 episode. Looking at the projects that are coming in 2022, what are you most looking forward to?
Dune 2's not coming out next year.
No,
I don't think Arcane
2023.
2 is either.
Spider-Verse 2 is.
That's what I'm leaning towards. There's a couple cool animes that are coming out next year, but I think Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse Part 1. That's
Is it
the one.
across the Spider-Verse? Is it across?
Sure. Spider-Man Across. I'm that excited about
In
it.
that title.
The Spider-Verse one, Part 1.
But I'm so excited about it that he knows its name and everything.
Yeah, I think that's the one that I'm most looking forward to, because whenever I see a picture of it pop up on my Twitter feed or something, I get hype. What about you?
Nice. The Batman.
Oh.
There's a risk that it's going to be Batman, another Batman, gritty Batman film, but I think this looks different enough that I'm super excited about it. I cannot wait to see this, and we don't have to wait that long. March the 4th. It's been like 2 months. I'm so excited for the Batman.
Yep, that's going to be good. Well,
There we go.
Yeah. As always, you can find us. See, we're doing this live. Usually, here's a little behind the scenes. I forget, I mess up one of the handles.
Willem socials.
But we got to do this live. So
one attempt.
On Instagram and Facebook, we are Focus Film Movies, and on Twitter, we are Talkabout_pod.
Way.
We put posts out that can get interaction stuff, polls, whatever. Just get involved. Have a great time. It helps us out with stuff we want to talk about on the pod episodes. So yeah, we're really dragging out this ending, I've done another. So yeah,
yeah, you have. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching. For those of you who have and have managed to, it really means a lot to us. And we'll see you again live next year. And who knows? Now we know how to do this format. Maybe we'll do another one. At some point through the year.
Yeah. Hey, yeah. If you've enjoyed this live format, or at least a video format,
get in touch.
Get in touch. Let us
Tell
know.
us what you think.
Ooh.
Yeah. There we go, mate. We've done it.
We've done it.
We've reached the end.
Easy. Wasn't stressful at all. No. Usually you do the first I am, so you do it off.
But then I thought you'd do it. But then now we're just, this is the bit we'd cut out in the normal episode.
Well,
the who's doing I am first.
I am making it so we can't cut this bit out.
And I am in desperate need for a wee, so let's go.
Yep, let's go. See you, everyone.
Thank you. See you later.
Bye.